our land is, we have land on the south side of the river. What we call the river is the Peace River, the big river. We farm on the north side and the south side. So right now, as a crow flies, we'd be 4 miles from the river. We added this to our, to our other acres. I would say 2015 probably is when we bought this. Yeah, it was 1,240 acres. Yeah. So half of it was still in bush, like it was. Half of it was farmed. The other 600 we broke. We, brought the machines in and cut the trees down and stacked them up and burnt them and then plowed the land, brought the plows in and, root pickers and built a root rake and, just broke it up. It's a lot of work. We did it in 2 years just to give it time to break down and, try to do it in the most efficient manner. So, so we started with 600 acres of bush and 600 acres of cropland, and now we got 1,200 acres of cropland in one chunk, so.
Wife ever say that you shouldn't spend money? Do you ever argue?
No, my wife leaves the farming up to me, so I'm fortunate that way.
That's good.
She's a teacher, so she's making money, so I could spend more on my tractor. That's
there you go.
Yeah. We're targeting 5 pounds of canola per acre. Yeah, and then we usually get it pretty close.
Yeah.
Price of canola seed, you don't want to be too far out, right?
Yep.
Typically, we would start to seed on, we target the 10th of May. This year, we never started till the 16th, I think. So definitely a little bit later this year. So a little bit more pressure on to take advantage of the short window. Yeah. Our biggest limiting factor is moisture, right? If we have any kind of moisture, we'll be targeting 50 bushels. Yeah. We used to harrow in the fall just to try to spread the workload. We were finding that we'd harrow in the fall and still have cracking in the spring, which would dry out our soils before we'd get to them with the drill. So we made a conscious effort to, set it up. We actually end up with another tractor so you can pull a harrow in the spring at the same time as you're seeding, just to get it all done in a timely manner. So I think that's important to close the cracks and, just to conserve moisture. I mean, we're always looking for more moisture, so the less we waste, the more we got, right?
Right.
Our annual precipitation up here is 11 inches, so not a lot. But, we've grown crops here on 3-4 inches of water during the growing season, right? So we get lots of humidity at night, and we have a lot of dew on our crops.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very seldom that we walk from the house, to the shop in the morning that our runners aren't wet in the grass. Like, it's not a lot of evaporation due to wind and, lots of mosquitoes maybe because we don't have wind. Not a lot of wind to dry out the crops. No, it's noticeably less than central Alberta for sure. Fort Vermilion's the oldest town in Alberta. Fur trading certainly would have been what started this place, and then after that it would have been agriculture, right? But there was a lot of people that came from, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, that would have moved into here, that came, overland from, ended up in Edmonton because that was the end of the railroad, and then came overland, to Peace River, and most of them would have came down from Peace River on the boat, on the paddle wheelers. So, this whole country was opened, by the river. The river was the road. I think it's hard to beat the northern people. Yeah, laid back is a good word for them. Just good neighbors. If you need something, they're there to help you all the time. A few years ago we had a situation where our daughter was quite sick. She ended up spending a lot of time in the hospital, and it was, pretty well fall. And at one point we came back to the farm and our peas were combined, and I don't think you're going to see that in a lot of different places. We didn't even know they were combining. We just came home and the crop was, had been taken off and put in the bin. So, I don't know how many places you're going to find that's going to happen. I don't think it's a lot. I haven't lived in a lot of different places. I've traveled lots, and I've never found any place that was any better than what we have here in that regard, for sure not. Yeah, it's a pretty special place.